Hello everyone, this is Voltage Development here and welcome to Unity. This is the sixth time I'm doing this intro, so I'm finally doing it properly. So welcome to Unity. Yes, I know I've put these projects here. Now, if this is your first time using Unity, of course your screen will not look like this. It will basically look empty, and to create a new project you have to go to projects over here and then go over to new, and then this window will pop up, so you can just put in your project name, and you can either have the template as 3D, 2D, and the other ones. But of course we want 3D, and yeah, just replace your project name with whatever you like to have your project name as. And here it says add asset package. Now, technically, you can just go into Unity without adding a asset package, but we are going to add our asset packages, and I've already got these set up earlier on. So what we're going to use the standard assets, the pro grids, and the pro builder. You don't need to worry about the pro builder, pro grids part, but we do need to worry about the standard assets part, and that seems to be good. So let's go ahead and create the project. So now we are finally inside of Unity. Now this may look a bit confusing and a bit it may look a little bit complex, but I'm just going to tell you right now that it's going to be similar to what you've experienced in Unreal Engine 4. Just it looks a little bit sort of bland and kind of dumbed down, but with Unreal Engine 4, the layout was kind of user friendly ish, maybe. Basically, over here, the hierarchy is the same as Unreal Engine 4, so you can basically just drag these into your scene, although technically they're already in your scene, so you don't need to drag it in. But I think if you drag this in, okay, you can't actually drag another camera in. So this is not like blueprints, where you have a blueprint inside of your level, and you can drag it in as many times as you like, and it will still be in your level, but you can have multiple versions of them. Like, it's not like that. So it's a lot different. Over here, we have the inspector. Now, currently, nothing's showing up because I'm not actually highlighting any game object yet. But if we click on, let's just say, the main camera, here in the inspector, we can see main camera, tag, main camera, layer, default, and we've got the transform, so the position of the camera. So if you don't know how if you don't know how to move around in this 3D layouts, just hold down right click, and then you can drag your mouse around to look around, and you can actually go forward by pressing W, S, A, D. So that's how you move around. So over here we have our camera. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. We have our camera over here. Now, if we move the camera with the blue arrow, green arrow, and also red arrow, you can see over here in the position it's going to move. So if we drag it along the blue, it moves along the z-axis, because the z-axis is the depth, like it's the forward movement, not the up or down or left or right, but the forward and backward movement. The left and right is of course going to be the red arrow, so that's the X position, and the Y position is of course going to be the green arrow, going up and down. So that is the transform position of the camera. Now, if you want to go to the rotation, all you have to do is go over to here, and it says rotation over here. There we go, the rotate tool. You could click on that, or the shortcut way would be E. Yes, E. So now we can actually rotate it. Now, I think if we rotate it around the green, it's rotating around the X. No, it's rotating around the Y. Okay. A bit confusing, even for me, but let's go with it. So now if we rotate the red, does that rotate in the X? Yes. Okay. That is rotating the X. So now rotating the blue would be rotating the Z. Yeah, we don't want to be rotating the Z, so we can just undo that. And now with the scale, technically you can't actually scale a camera, but let's just say, for example, if we go over to game object up here, or in the hierarchy, we right click, and then we go over to 3D object, cube. And it just places the cube down for us. So we can do the exact same thing with the camera, with the cube, so we can rotate it. There we go. We can also move it about, like so. And also we can scale it. So to scale it, go over to here, and it says the scale tool, or you can press R, and it will go straight to the scale tool. And now we can scale it, like so. But with the scale tool, if you have your mouse right in the middle, you can actually scale all of them. So you can scale all of them at once. So you can keep your aspect ratio, or you can keep the dimensions the same, but just make the entire shape bigger. You don't have to make each side bigger, if you get what I'm saying. Now down here, of course, we have the assets, and we've got these assets in from the asset package thing that I showed you on the other screen. I can't actually remember what you call it, but we've got standard assets, which has these folders like cameras, characters, effects, utilities. We've also got scenes, and currently we've already been given our scene called sample scene, and sample scenes. Oh, wait, where? Wait, prefabs. Wait. I'm confused. I've never seen the sample scene, so I'm confused about that. Materials, but okay, let's just leave that. Now, Procore, this is to do with Pro Builder. We're not going to worry about that for now. But what we are going to worry about is over here. So we've got 3 tabs that are open at the moment. Now, if you do not have the animation tab, all you have to do is drag your mouse over to this part over here, where it's got like a lock and whatever the hell that is. Click on it, and then you see add tab, go to that, and then just go down to animation, and it will appear over there. So there we go. We've now got 2 animations. We can just, close one. So now let's go over to console. Now, what the console is mainly there to help you identify the errors in your scripts, basically in your coding. But you can also use the console to identify things happening in your world. So, for example, if you did in your coding, for example, debug.log and then something afterwards, it will appear in here. So it's not just for errors, it's for displaying messages that's not really in your game view. Now, this is only the scene view, but when we're playing the game, we also have the game view. And I love how it's got that Pac-Man thing. You know what? I never even noticed that until now. I just literally noticed there's a Pac-Man thing. That's funny. Right, anyway. Game. And there we go. So this is our camera, what our camera is looking at right now. So it's completely nothingness. But if we go into the scene and wait, whereabouts is this cube? Oh, it's right. It's out of the way. Okay, let's just go to there, and then let's just put it in front of the camera. So now if we go back to the game, we can see the cube is right there. I could hang on a minute. It's just Because of Unity's layout is fully customizable, so you can literally drag these tabs in any position you'd like. So let's just drag this game tab over to here. So now we can see the scene and the game tab. So this is what our camera is currently seeing, and this is what our scene is currently seeing. Yeah, let's just go with that. So now let's move this, and there you go. So and also we've actually got the directional light. And if you don't know what directional light is, think of it as the sun. There you go. So now it's given us like a lot of sun. So what we can do to get rid of this sun is we can rotate the X. Will this work? Yes, kinda, maybe. Oh, it's working. As you can see, it's going darker, and you can see down here it's bacon as well. Is that like conflicting with my? No, it's not. Okay, so now it's kinda dark. Now, of course, we can see basically everything in the scene view, but if we look on these tabs over here, we've got 2D. Now, 2D we're not going to worry about at the moment, but next to it, we've got light. So when toggled on, the scene lighting is used. When toggled off, a light attached to the scene view, so basically this scene view we're looking at right now, the light attached to the scene view camera will be used. So let's turn the light in. Let's turn the lighting on. There you go. So it's kind of the same now. So if we actually put this up, as you can see, it is changing in the scene view as well as the game view. It's kind of reflecting what is being changed in this in the game view. And now that's completely dark. That's kind of spooky. Anywho, so that is the directional lighting. So you know what? Let's just if you want to know how to reset the transform, basically reset the position, the scaling, the rotation of this object, and you can't remember what the values were inside of here, all you have to do is right click on transform, reset, and there you go. Done and done and done. So now let's just drag this here, and now I'm actually going to explain to you some stuff here. So the cube mesh renderer is basically what you see right here with the cube. So if we basically tick this off, you can't see the cube no more. If we tick it back on, it becomes available. Visible, I mean. The box collider is literally just a box that's completely covering the cube. So, for example, if... Actually, I'm going to try something. So, let's get another game object. So, 3D object cube. Now, let's just reset the transform on there. So, it goes there. So, now what we can do is we can bring this cube right next to it. There we go. And now let's bring it on top, shall we? Now, what we're going to do is, in the inspector, let's drag it down a little bit. Now, if you want to add more stuff, like more properties to this cube to give it more behavior, then go to add component. When it loads up, thank you very much. Oh yeah, it saves what I typed in, so don't worry about that. We've got all of these components available to us, but what we are looking for is something called rigid body. Do not worry about rigid body 2D yet. So let's go for rigid body, and now it has a rigid body. So if you don't know what a rigid body is, it's Unity's way of saying physics. So it's basically got physics on the object. So if we play the game right now, it's probably going to take a while because I'm recording, but let's just play the game right now. As you can see, the box just landed on the cube. But if I were to, let's just say, go to the other cube, so the other cube underneath, and if I turn off the box collider and then run the game again, is it going to take a long time again, or is it going to be shorter? There you go. So because we have a box collider on the cube, the other cube will be able to collide with that object. Because both cubes have box colliders, they collide with each other. If one of those cubes don't have a box collider, then you just saw it just goes right through the object. If both objects don't have box colliders, well, of course, they're not going to collide with each other. Duh. So, there you go. That is a box collider. Now, the animation part, it's kinda obvious. It's not as obvious as Unreal Engine 4 though. So, with animation, since we've got the first cube highlighted, the bottom one, what we can do is let's click on create, and now we can do a new animation. Let's just call this cube move animation. Let's save that. And now what we've got is a timeline. Now this timeline goes up in like 60 seconds. So 60 frames per second, because that's how most games are run now. So what we can do is let's add a property. Let's go to transform, and then let's go to position. So what this is doing is it's taking this cube's transform and position up here, and it's taking that value down here. So whatever value is inside of this animation, it will change this position of the transform value up here. So at the moment is in that position. So now if we drag this along, actually don't drag it along just yet. Make sure that you press on record over there. Now you can drag it along. So let's just drag it along to, let's just say 30. And now let's move it to the right. And now when it gets to the end, it's gonna move back. Okay, I did not even need to do much there. Okie dokie. So normally when you're doing animation, if you wanted to move it to a place and then move it back to its original position, you could technically just take these two keyframes and just copy and paste them over to here. But for some reason it's already done it for me. Not sure why. But now, once you're done with the animation, just click on the record button again, and now your animation is recorded. So now, what we can do, and also once your animation is recorded, it's automatically moved to your assets folder, and you've got two files, or two assets, maybe. I don't know. This one is an animator? No, this is an animation. The cube is an animator. I'm not fluent with animator. I'm only fluent with animation, so we're just gonna ignore cube and focus on cube move animation. So over here, the loop time is, well, checked. So let's just uncheck that. Now, before you do anything, go over to the lock thing at the very top right corner of your inspector, and you have to be on the cube move animation thing. Now, go to debug, and then make sure that legacy is checked. And now you're all ready to go. Now, the legacy cannot be used in the state. Legacy animations are not allowed in Animator. Okay then, I'll just delete the animator then. Are you okay with that now, Mr. Unity guy? I'm just gonna guess you are anyway. Now, let's just play this. Oh, okay, so it hasn't actually started animating yet. Why? There's something going on here. Oh wait, yeah, wrap mode. When you click on it, and when it says wrap mode, do once. I think. Let's try out again. For some reason, it's not working. Not entirely sure. Maybe it's because I have legacy on. Maybe I need to actually turn that off. Maybe. Let's see if that works now. No, it doesn't seem to be working. I'm not sure why. Like, for some reason, it should be. Okay, what if I just put on the loop time, for goodness sake? Will that work now? It still will not work. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is not working, because it technically should be moving? Wait, is it even moving? I'm confused. I'm literally so confused. Like, wait, what? No, I don't want to remove. I am literally confused about this. It should actually be moving, but technically is not. I'm not sure why, but I am just gonna ignore that for now. Now, another place that you can actually go to is wait, is it here at okay, so it's not there. So if you would like to get assets from somewhere else, like, I don't know, like a asset store or something, go to window and then go to basically asset store. I'm not going to open it up because it's going to take a while anyway, but if you want to go to asset store and get assets already made to just put in your project, then asset store is for you. Now, in the next tutorial, I am going to teach you how to do a mouse lock, maybe, or something. I'm not sure what the next tutorial is, but that is basically it of this Welcome to Unity thing. So, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope this all helped you out in getting familiar with the engine itself, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.